What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Troika Media Group.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might drive the price of this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that we can clearly see this sloping line as the range of resistance, and most likely we should break it to the upside, but the levels where we could do it was these two yellow lines. First one was set by me at 25.21 cents and second one was made at around 21 cents. And this is the previous ranges of support and resistances from the previous price action, and as you can see right here, we can clearly see this movement to the downside that was made along this line, but then from the lowest range of support it had a bounce to the upside. And I have to say that this movement to the upside wasn't confirmed by the volume, but still from this point this asset made about 17, almost 20% to its value in a matter of just one session. And I have to say that the following price action wasn't so impressive. It had this breakout below the range of support, but then it had this movement to the upside that brought about 38% to its value, but then it also had this movement to the downside that broke even this previous bottom. And right now we are hovering at 18.29 cents, and I have to say that this price action is not so favorable for bulls, unfortunately. And I have to say that I know that a lot of my viewers, or at least some of them, some of you, stuck somewhere here. And I've told you multiple times that you shouldn't enter your long position while this asset is going parabolic. And on one of my previous videos somewhere here, I've told you that from this point we should have a retracement to the downside, but instead of this, in a matter of just 2 sessions, it went much higher and lost almost the entire value that it gained during last several weeks. So it is quite common behavior, technical behavior of the asset that had a lot of speculative news, and I will show you what was the reason of its movement. First of all, I have to say that this asset had gained a lot of momentum during this movement to the upside because of its decent fundamentals. But then we had this movement to the downside that was the result of massive dilution, and this dilution wasn't predictable because it was even unexpected for the C executives of the company. And in my fundamental analysis I will show you what I'm talking about. But for now, let's continue with the support from retail community. On the stocktweets.com website we still have TRKA ticker symbol on the 5th place on most active section, and on appwisdom.io website we can see this ticker symbol on the 20th row, and it gained about 36 rows during the last 24 hours. So, is it enough to see the next movement to the upside? I have a lot of doubts. And why I think so? Let me show you a couple of news, and let me go to the title. What shifting sentiment means for TRKA stock? And the bullet points are following. After surging earlier this month, Troika Media Group has coughed back these gains and then some. Weighing in risk against reward, risk-hungry investors shouldn't fully write off the digital marketing firm's merits as a speculative buy. That said, wait for additional developments before taking the plunge on TRKA. And I have to say that this news leaves a little bit of room to grow to the stock, but everything depends on the C executives and everything depends on the news that might be for 100% related to its fundamentals. Let me show you another news that is not so bullish and that describes perfectly well its behavior. So it was published just 3 days ago on Investor Place, and it says TRKA stock, a 400% rise in Troika's shares outstanding changes everything. And let me quote you this. In its latest report, Troika Media reported it now has 344 million shares outstanding, up dramatically from the 64 million it reported in November 2022. That means its key creditor, Blue Torch Finance, might have exercised its 266.66 million warrants between December 2022 and March 2023 without filing ownership change documents with the SEC. This would have raised around $68 million for Troika, but at some of the worst possible valuation imaginable, and perhaps giving Blue Torch a chance to sell its shares in the open market. The company's announcement it was withdrawing its S1 registration to issue 200 million of new shares would have also provided cover. And it's an action that I didn't anticipate, and it entirely breaks my 100% upside thesis for TRKA stock. Before, deduct $50 million in net debt from $170 million enterprise value and divide by 64 million shares equals to $1.84. After, $170 million enterprise value plus $17 million cash divided by 344 million shares equals 54 cents. And definitely, because of this, we cannot rely on the major movement to the upside, even with the 54 cents of fair value. Because right now, this asset lost its credibility from investors, and this is why we cannot rely on its major movement to the upside in a near-term perspective. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next if you want to leave this position somewhere at the ranges above 25 cents? Let me show you that from this previous swing high, we already unloaded this entire drop. If I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from its highest point to its lowest point, as you can see, we hit exactly this range 0.236, and it is the first price target of the bounce for the entire retracement. Let me show you right now that, and I have to say I don't need this tool anymore, that from this top we also have to have a slight bounce, because this movement has a 5-wave structure in it. From this top we have, this is our first wave. Second, this entire movement is the third one, probably this is the fourth, and we are about to complete the 5th wave structure. This means we have to see the retracement for this movement as well, and if I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this point to this one, and so far it is the lowest point at roughly 16.67 cents, we have a very strong confluence with the range of resistance that I marked previously, at the price point of roughly 24.8 to 25 cents mark. And this range, if this pivot holds, this is the highest point which this asset might achieve in a short-term perspective. Definitely we might see higher price action, but everything depends on their fundamentals. And because of this major movement to the upside, it is very unlikely that we will see another huge spike to the upside that will be even half of this previous movement. That's why, unfortunately, I have no good news for TRKA holders, and I have to say that these type of trades are extremely risky, and you have to realize all the downsides for this stock. That is why I still stand on my position that the short-term movements to the upside are possible, but the long-term gains with this stock are not so possible at all in a medium-term perspective. And I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack.